Welcome back to Suncorp Stadium here in Brisbane for the start of round 6 of our competition, and the Roosters on cue, taking to the field, knowing that they've won their last 3 matches against Brisbane on this turf here at Suncorp. In fact, they haven't been beaten here in just over a decade, and of course buoyed by the return of the man they call the spiritual leader of the side, Jared Waerea-Hargreaves, who missed the match against the Sharks last weekend. So Brisbane behind Corey Parker. Justin Hodges, of course, still out at this side. And Parker leads the side out with Thaiday immediately behind him. It's a new feeling for Sam. He's been on the bench for something like 4 matches now since the opening of the season, when they were put away by South Sydney. Back where he belongs in the run-on side, Sam Thaiday. Anthony Milford, of course, he struck some form last week in that match against the Titans and got himself a double. And I think everybody was saying collectively, I told you he was a 5/8, after they'd been biting their fingernails off for about a month, worrying about the fact that maybe he can't handle number 6. But he did last Friday night. And Gerard Sutton, of course, the man that was in charge last Friday night, is in charge of this game tonight, and Brisbane running from left to right. Welcome to Friday night football. And Sam Moa brings the ball back to the 10-metre line, with the Roosters having the first set and first use of the football. McKilrick gives it on, and Jennings, it is, put down about 15 metres out from his own line. There's such a bad crowd in. Here's Waerea-Hargreaves, hard, and Thaiday met him in a wonderful confrontation. Now Cordner, picked up and put away by Maguire, together with McCulloch. Pearce then to the right foot. It's a long kick. Down it comes now to Maranta. And Lachlan brings it out towards the 30-metre line. So Brisbane's first set. And it is with Vito.
That's okay, that's backside first.
35 away from his own end. They're guarding the Caxton Street end of the ground. And again, it's with Thaiday.
Get on, James.
So McCulloch is the dummy half, and Gillett looking for his first carry. He's met there by McKilrick and Waerea-Hargreaves and Moa. McCulloch again to Parker. So Brisbane playing it close to the chest. Their first set. And for the kick, it's back to Hunt. High, down towards Tuivasa-Sheck. He lost it in the last couple of
Anthony, you're in front.
meters of its flight. And then he took it in spectacular fashion. It's a penalty anyway to the Roosters. Players in front of the kicker coming inside the 10. That was a very good take eventually by Tuivasa-Sheck, but here's the players in front of the kicker. They've got to stay away 10 metres from that fellow attempting the mark. So the free kick has been taken, and it's about 12 metres on their own side of halfway, with Orbison playing the ball, and Kenny Dowell takes it almost to halfway. Here's Moa. Behind one, and then Maloney, and now it's gone on, and taken to ground is Cordner. So McKilrick to the right side for Isaac Liu to give to Moa. So the Roosters, we're playing the 5th tackle now. Pearce on to Tuivasa-Sheck, a fend out the back, Kenny Dowell. He's 1 away from the century. Tuivasa-Sheck. If they were upset and worried about losing him next year, they're more upset now.
Well, that was just powerful. He held the ball out in front as though he was intending to pass, but he just took them on. Races straight through them, big fend on Milford, flicks the ball out to Kenny Dowell, and on the Harvey Norman replay, the Roosters strike early.
Yeah, all right, mate. Yep.
Hey, notice there, boys. No pressure. Early, nice pass.
Yep. Yep.
Well, Sean Kenny-Dowell has landed the first try on the Roosters' second set of the night. It brings him up to 99, and he'll be the third Rooster only to score 100 if he can get another one tonight. Bill Mullins did it, and of course Anthony Minicello leads that honour roll on 139. Mullins on 104. But here's James Maloney now, down at the northern end with a simple kick and goal from 15 metres out. And the Roosters, only 4 minutes into the game, leading by a converted try. And Sean Kenny-Dowell moves one closer to the century.
Well, Ray, it really looked to me like the execution of a pre-match plan. They were running to the left shoulder of Anthony Milford. He's a right-hander preference. Just running there, targeting it pretty well, and it wasn't quite his most powerful tackle of the game to date.
So again, we watch Moa,
Josh, release. Use your foot, Sam.
the first of the front rowers to bring it out, and again for Jennings. An absolute replica of the start of the game then. And here is Lou.
I've got to say, Rav, it's only been going 5 minutes, but they look very slick, very quick across the ground, the Roosters. They're backing up on a short turnaround, obviously, from that shock loss to the Sharks. And you would think that maybe that would lead to a little bit of fatigue, but they've certainly jumped out of the blocks very quickly.
Well, they call it a 5-day turnaround as Maloney puts the kick high. Came off the fingers of Dow, Kenny-Dowell, and Pearce has gone into touch on the far side.
Change over
They
there,
call it
Joey.
a 5-day turnaround, but in actual fact, what is it, a 2-day, 3-day preparation?
Well, it wouldn't even be that much for the Roosters because they've got to travel. They would have had to come to Brisbane yesterday as well. Most teams have 48 hours break after a contest where they keep themselves off their legs. So, as the coach, Trent Robinson, said before the game, you don't really train, you don't really go out onto the field and do much in preparation with what I usually call a 2-day turnaround, even though they played this last Sunday.
You came back in on top.
On this very light preparation, they certainly look slick early.
It's even quicker for the Roosters this week, Gus. They came up on Wednesday, so that cut it a further day short. So pretty well for very limited preparation.
We've still got a long way to go, though, haven't we? Let's see what transpires.
Milford taking the free. That's Alex Glenn. Hard by Wairia Hargreaves, who backing away. It's a penalty to Brisbane. Here, Jared Sutton, he's saying, you're unlucky, Jared. You're unlucky, but you've got to be penalised. 9 metres out then from the Roosters line. Can Brisbane strike back quickly? Maguire. There's the line. Now Parker, thigh-day decoy, dummy Hunt, he's going to score. Yes, Ben Hunt scores. The number 7.
Okay, Kevin.
They have struck back in double quick time.
Try. I want you to look at Sam Thaiday as a lead runner on the inside, whether he impedes the defence getting across.
No, they're looking at obstruction here to see whether or not Sam Thaiday going through as a runner has impeded the defence. I thought they had them shot out wide, had Hunt passed. Let's have a look. There goes Sam Thaiday through. He stops. He actually gets touched on the line. I can't see that he's done anything there that's prevented a try.
It's a try.
Well, there's the player that was impeded. He's had another dip and still missed him.
Yeah, I don't think Sam Thaiday done anything wrong there.
Cordner it is with his hand in the air.
I think we look for too much at times, but Benny Hunt takes them on. Nice try.
Almost a bit of a relaxed defensive line there. They were sliding sideways rather than racing forward, taking another look from a different angle. Thaiday going through, he makes very light contact. I don't think he restricts the defender's opportunity to make
What
contact.
are we looking at? Really?
Nothing.
He'll-
It's
he'll-
ridiculous.
He'll
It's
go
ridiculous.
back into Cordner now, and Cordner's beaten by him.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. They look for too much. They dead set look for too much. We should not be referring these to video referees.
David Gingell said the same about you when you asked for more money. You look for too much, Gus. We can't afford you. It's a try. So Ben Hunt, a 4-pointer for Brisbane. He's one of 5 players that played under 20s together back in 2008. They've had a long run together, something like 7 years. And Ben scoring the try adjacent to the uprights, and a few seconds ago Corey Parker added the extras to bring us to 6-all.
Yeah, like Ben Hunt. Perhaps a bit of a throwback. He of halfbacks of years gone by. He likes to run first, preferring to run other than pass, and look short to the ground and powerful.
Well, it worked for you.
I was just saying, Ben Hunt's standing there with his hands on his hips and his head tilted. Who did that look like?
Only one.
Sam, let go of the body.
Here's Maguire.
Matt, get off the ball.
Man of the match last Friday.
Inside.
So they kick long and across the ground to Tuivasa-Sheck, 21 years of age. Grand final ring. 7 test matches for New Zealand. Daniel Tupou, leg lifted. That's a succumbing by the attacker. That's how it's seen. Automatically the tackle, or the tackle player, has to be released. So this is McDonald, and now Wairia Hargreaves. He'll play the ball in the centre of the park. Average crowd here last year was 33,000, just a little bit more than that. Cordner. And it's a healthy crowd here tonight as well. As McKilrick goes on to Pearce. His 188th game tonight. Corey Oates on the far side. In fact, young Mitchell Pearce, he's on target to reach the 200 game. The 200th game. He'll be the youngest ever to reach that milestone or landmark. McCulloch serving it up for Copley. And Dale playing the ball just a little bit short of halfway. They've gone over that now. Here's Parker getting it back to Maguire. And Josh tackled on the 40-metre line. Penalty goes Brisbane. Hand on the ball.
That's a tough penalty.
Well, it's a dumb penalty. It's tough, but it's a dumb penalty. Late in the tackle count.
Yeah, gotcha.
Gives the Broncos an opportunity.
On the line, boys.
Just behind him.
Michael.
Behind him.
Oh, Michael.
They certainly struck back quickly, didn't they?
This is Gillett. It's taken by Wairia Hargreaves together with Moa, the 2 front rowers. Friday passing just in front of the line. Back to Maguire. And that's how close they are now. Here is Milford sweeping it on to Glenn, short to Parker, and he'll be taken into touch.
Well, that was a really interesting structure there on that play. And I've got to say, I haven't seen the like of it for a number of years. It looked a little new to me, or someone's missed their assignment, but they just, as the longer passes, they sort of go 1, 2, and look at all the fellas. They're all standing over here sort of alongside of each other. Not much really happening for them. Even though they created space down the edge, there wasn't much chance of them getting the ball to the outside man.
They're having a look at a tackle here on Alex Glenn by Sam Moa. just in the background, you saw him go to ground. Glenn. I heard the referee say we've got a scrum at the moment, but I want you to look at the tackle on Glenn from Moa. Oh, he might have copped a head, did he?
That's a shoulder.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's no good looking at it in slow motion. I mean, that's... It looks like he's taken an hour to get there, but really it's tenths of seconds.
Mitchell, the shoulder is contact high. It's going to be a penalty, mate. No, but the contact's there.
Okay, so not late, but they're saying high.
Michael, get a foot.
And we continue to see captains confronting referees
One foot, Sam.
at the junction of penalties and scrums, and the interpretations we were given at the start of the year said they are not the appropriate junctions.
I'll talk to you after.
Here they go again.
Yeah, bottom line is, mate, it's high contact.
I don't mind them having the right to talk, but the rules are there in black and white.
Yeah, what Mitchell Pearce is saying is that Alex Glenn went down to draw the penalty. Therefore, he must be concussed. You've got to send him off.
Yeah, I'll get him after the kick, Joey.
So if he's not concussed, it couldn't have been too heavy. Which I don't know what sort of argument that would make in court. Interesting decision to kick the goal. I mean, it's not a certain 2 points from out wide there.
Okay, taking it a step further then, but it makes a folly of an interpretation they wrote in the rule book at the start of this year.
You and I can see that.
Does that make us smarter than the average bear?
Obviously done.
15 in from touch, and he's looking for 2, and he takes them. Corey Parker takes Brisbane to 8-6. So we've had 12.5 minutes of this game. The Roosters, after 3.5, were in. Brilliant piece of play. Wonderful execution, particularly by Tuivasa-Sheck. And now Wayne Bennett's team has struck back, and they lead by 2.
Well, with 2 of the greatest captains in history, Wally Lewis, what did you make of the decision to kick the goal?
Yeah, a little bit surprised. I think Brisbane would have been excited the last few minutes of play, Gus, where they had the Roosters very much on the back foot, their big man struggling to get off the ground quickly. I think I would have taken the quick tap.
Joey?
I didn't mind the 2. I would have taken the 2.
James, get off, James!
Sorry, Wally. Sorry, Queensland.
We've got the 2 immortals in the box tonight. Of course, it's nearly the most asked question of all when you guest speaking. Who was the best? And they always find it down to Lewis and John. Parker, 45 away from the Roosters line to the try scorer Hunt, and he dribbles the ball down to Tuivasa-Sheck. Keep in mind, we have a deadline in this game of the 13th round. You can't register before then, so the Roosters have got until then, I suppose, to work their persuasive powers on Tuivasa-Sheck, as Manly does with Cherry Evans and Kieran Foran. This is Daniel Tupou. See, somebody suggested in the papers, I think today, that maybe he might be heading to the exit lounge as well. McKilrick turning it back for Wainaria Hargreaves. The big man, the spiritual leader. I like that. Pearce, who tagged him with that, kicks it down to Miranda in the number 1 shirt. And of course, that man is still missing, Darius Boyd. Young Kahu was doing a very good job in the early part of the year. There's Darius, Hodges, Kahu, Boyd. Out of this side, Copley playing it to McCulloch. This is Alex Glenn. Taken in a shoulder charge by Sam Moa, but not showing any signs of concussion. You see those new rules. And this is a tackle on Hunt. It has been deemed okay. Chuvasashek. He just seems to have a little bit of trouble late in flight.
They might bring Darren Lockyer in. The surface out there looks really fast, Lockyer.
Lost.
It's the game itself. It's a fast pitch, Joey, and it's also a fast game. It's going end to end. Roosters are giving away little penalties, but the Broncos, after a slow start, got plenty of running in the legs.
So penalty given for that infringement on Kenny Dow. Ball coming loose.
Penalty will come in a little bit handy there too, Rabs. The last couple of sets the Roosters have had, they've struggled to get good territory with the ball.
Here's Moa. Wairia Hargreaves.
Get your body away.
His dad works up here on the Brisbane Council. Former military man, served in Kosovo and Baghdad. Wayne, I think is his Christian name. Follows his son very keenly. Now Pearce to Orbison short. Tackle on the 10-metre line. Pulled down by Jack Reed. Now to Moa. Moa's got Chuvasashek with him, but he's taken the ground. 5 gone then for the Roosters. McKilrick for Pearce. He goes back and deep. Maloney knocks on. Came off the boot of a Bronco. Picked up. This is play on for Copley. No knock on by Brisbane. It went to the boot of the Brisbane player. Then Copley got the bounce. Now for Miranda. And he's reversing down the ground. Brisbane crowd looking for a penalty for inside the 10. That's Corey Oates. Down the middle they come, just inside that 30-metre line.
He's lost the ball.
He's lost the ball in the struggle.
And a little bit of a scuffle in the middle.
Kevy,
The two biggest men on the field.
we should have a look at this.
The referee has asked to have a look at it.
Boyd.
Go, back you go.
I'll get it.
Sam.
Boyd. Just take it back.
So we'll have a pause while we review.
Remember that
Nothing wrong with that.
the first tackle on Jared Maria Hargreaves early in the game was from Sam Thaiday. He picked him up and slammed him, and after that, Jared went looking for Sam. Here they go again.
So what are we looking at?
Grade 2 kiss.
Why are we looking at it?
I think they thought they might have seen a little headbutt there, but
The referee asked him to keep an eye out what happened in the tackle.
I think it
didn't
would
be
be
anything.
It was more of a love-in, wasn't it?
Hold.
Noses to noses. What do they call that in New Zealand?
Wait here, Jack.
Let's go. Feet.
Nasal?
Time on. Out. Hold 10, Joey. Hold 10.
Something like that. I've never been approached by anybody, actually. Holden Cup tonight. The Broncos won that. This is a pretty hard team to follow. The Roosters under 20s. They won by 100 yards last Sunday. 68-0, I think it was. They got beaten 48-6 tonight. There must be a common denominator there somewhere.
Tackle Sam Thaiday again.
Maloney, Cordner, driven in by Ben Hunt. Cordner playing it to McKilrick. They go right side for Pearce, right foot, high, down to his fullback, or down to Brisbane's fullback, Miranda.
When they get their ball at the own end of the field, the Broncos, they go into a very simple sort of game. You see they've all bunched around to play the ball now. There's no real thought of moving the ball. They'll just jam it up one at a time, run from dummy half. All they're interested in doing is taking the ball forward, getting it towards halfway, and then getting a good kick and chase. No real science about it, but simple and effective is the way to go. Look at them, really bunched. Throw a handkerchief over them behind the play the ball.
Vida. Just correct that call earlier. It wasn't Miranda, but it was Oates who marked the ball initially on this set, which is coming to its close now. And Hunt basically chips it into Tupou. And picked up there by Dale Copley. Got a little bit of help. The 18 goes in. Jake Friend is back. Co-captain of the Roosters. Little Jake. What a rise for Jake Friend. From a sandwich shop to co-captain of the Roosters. It was all part of his rehab when he was in a bit of strife. And again, Friday and Wairia Hargreaves. Now there's a little bit of a shuffle up and back play between them. They're quite angry, aren't they? Now Maloney, he puts a kick down. Miranda goes across to cover. Pearce it is that makes the tackle.
Well, that wasn't good vision on that occasion from Mitchell Pearce. They had 3-on-2 out wide. It was a golden opportunity to attack.
10-metre line. Brisbane's end. Out to the 20. Played by Oates. Now Reid. And he weaves his way around the markers who were forced to backpedal. And a penalty goes to Brisbane. The quick play, the ball had the Roosters in trouble.
And it was Corey Oates, really strong charge, ran into the tooth of the Roosters defence, into Sam Mower and Jared Waerea-Hargreaves. I think this young winger could develop into a really world-class back rower as he gets older. Corey Oates, big and tall and rangy, incredibly quick and powerful. As he gets older, he'll develop into a really world-class, strong-running back rower.
Look at the other winger. They've got a lot of size about them on the flanks, haven't they? Daniel Vito and Corey Oates, the man that Andrew's talking about. Probably bigger than the second rowers anyway. 30 metres out. Friday running a little decoy. It's gone away to Maranta. Just inside the 20-metre line over there on the eastern side. Now for Ben Hunt, he turns it back inside for Thaiday. Where's Jarrett? No, he's well away. Now they're 10 out. Maguire passes on that line. Parker puts a fend on. Milford comes in. But Jennings and Maloney have got him. A lost ball, is it? Yes. Milford losing the ball. A bit of a disagreement in there in the tackle.
He actually thought about kicking that ball, Milford, and if he did,
Hey, Mitchell.
Vito was open on the outside. Both Jennings and Tupou had come up quickly, as is their normal way of defending. Nothing much happens here. It's they're grabbing at the ball. Goes down. I think he just loses it with the impact of the ground. Sam Mower, a good first stint. He's quick across the ground, Sam, isn't he?
James, square up, mate.
Did you see that feed? The position James Maloney was in.
Got into the scrum.
Wait again.
Let that tunnel open, mate. Let it in.
Hold.
Don't put
Wait
the foot
for me,
across.
Alex.
Don't put the foot across.
Wait, Corey.
Okay, James.
Hold.
Don't put the foot across. You're kidding, aren't you?
Oh, that was better. That was
Hold
better.
10, mate.
They got both arms in the scrum and feet across in every scrum. He says, don't put the feet across. Now, they have coughed it up. The Broncos celebrate. Now it flares up again.
Jared's grabbed him around the head again,
Thaiday and Waerea-Hargreaves again.
Just get your blokes back first, Mitchell. Just get your blokes back first.
It's one of the parts of the modern game. As soon as there's a little error that's going to cause a scrum, everyone's got to run in for something.
Yeah,
They
Corey.
know there's now going to be no punches thrown, Gus.
Yeah, well,
Corey and
yeah, everyone
Mitchell.
runs in. Let's have a look
Mitchell.
here. Tupou tries the pass. Two of us, Ashek knocks on. Well, that's it. All right, let's have a scrum. So, well, now what? Everyone cheers. They come in and pat one bloke on the head, and everyone else comes in, and next thing it's push and shove, and push and shove, and yell and scream. And
Word you before the last scrum.
Yeah.
Blokes don't have to throw a punch to go to the bin. If there are fellas come together again, want to push and shove, there will be people going to the sideline. All right, so you need to rein it in right now. All right, we're back here on the 10, boys.
big chance for the Broncos. He's got them going good, the old coach. They didn't look too good in round one. South Sydney ran roughshod over them, but since then, these young fellas are really starting to find their feet, playing with a lot of energy, and most of all, a lot of confidence. He appears to have instilled a lot of self-belief in some of these fellas over the last month of football.
So here's a good chance for the Broncos. Long into Milford, in and away on Pearce, but Mitchell doesn't have any part of it. Kenny Dow comes in to clean up the tackle on Milford. Now they go to the first receiver, McCulloch. Now the second, Hunt. Here it is away now to Gillett. Got it away, it's out to Copley. And he's hit from the winger, wedging in Daniel Tupou. So now for Hunt, and this is thigh day. There's 4 in the tackle. The last one to arrive was Wairia Hargreaves. 10 out from the line. Hunt got it away. Gillett might have got one a touch high. 5 metres out from the line. Yes, he's called it. He must have been tipped to. He wasn't going to call it, Jared Sutton.
Well, there's 35,000 referees in the grandstand called it. They soon tipped him off that there was a penalty needed.
Okay, be selective with it now, Wiz.
And the Broncos really chipping away here.
Going to go for another 2.
2
Well,
points.
now this is...
We'll take a break while you blokes muse over that.
Yep.
Back in just a moment.
Yep.
So welcome back to Suncorp. We've got Brisbane shooting for penalty goal again. They're leading 8-6. At 6-all, they took a penalty. Now they're going to take another one if Parker has anything to do with it. Straight as a gun barrel, over the black dot. It's 10-6 in favour of the Broncos.
Well, I've got to ask Wally and Andrew again. What do you think about that 2 points?
I don't agree with the 2 points there. You on board there, Wally?
No, I always go against you.
Well, hang on.
I would have taken it.
Just explain to the viewers what's the difference in your mind.
Well, the one previous, they go up by 2 points. That was 6-all, but that time,
Yeah.
I don't see if they go up by another 2, then to big up by 4 points.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably would have gone with Joey there and
Gone for the
kept
try.
attacking play, because there seems to be a little bit of panic in the Roosters' defence, and there were a couple of incidents where players were running, getting hit high, so it seems that there's a little bit of unrest in their defensive pattern at the moment.
Hard run by Thaiday. Didn't hold anything back, did he? Taken by Isaac Liu. Now Maguire. And they get it over the 20-metre line. Back in the days when you were the skipper, Mr. Lewis, and that little rascal Langer was like halfback. He seemed to run up and make all the decisions and take a quick tap all the time.
Yeah.
Did you ever get a say?
Not often.
Okay. I just wanted to clear that up. It's been nagging away at me for how long now? Can you remember? Here's Gillett. And then when I hear you fellows debating this very subject, I think of Ron Massey telling me that he and Jack Gibson, more often than not, would take the 2 no matter what. Ball rolls into touch, about 7 out.
Well, Wayne Bennett's coach teams have been doing that for a number of seasons. We debated it when he was at the Dragons. They took 2 points on every penalty all year, and they went through and won a premiership. And he's been doing it ever since.
He went to the same college, really, didn't he, as Gibson and Massey?
Yeah, and a lot of people will tell you that the percentages are with you over time. If you take the 2 points when they're available, they add up.
I hear what you're
I'm
saying.
not such a fan, because I know coaching against Alfie Langer or a Laurie Daly, who would come in and take a quick tap, that's what I fear as an opposition coach. I quite like it when they take the 2 points.
Let me ask you a question then. You had a close association at Canterbury with Warren Ryan, or you knew about Warren Ryan. Did he have a theory, if we go down there, don't come back empty-handed? Does that ring a bell with you?
Yeah, he did. But back in those days, you could win a game 2-0. And we did quite often.
Terry Lamb used to take drop goals when they were 2 behind. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's scary, the things we can remember, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You've got to get behind him, boys.
That's a show. That should be a show. You and me down memory lane.
Oh, don't wish that upon the viewers, please. So, 15 metres into Brisbane's territory.
Couldn't we dig up some stories?
Evans Geez, didn't he take that up?
Come off the back fence.
Parker's. I think Parker might have opened up a little wound there.
Yeah.
What's on here?
Well, the player doesn't know.
Chicken wing,
on that arm
I
and turned it. Work the arm.
So the 14, Jared Wallace, if you like, a chicken wing. He was working on the arm. There it is. He had 2 goes at it, actually.
Josh, get off!
Hold! Go one, Corey.
So here's Pearce. They've got a good chance here. Tau Ke'aho is 5 metres from the line. Now Friend out to Pearce, right foot. Run around by Friend, drifts across, picks up Tuivasa-Sheck, gets away from one, runs into Miranda with a low tackle from Milford. Played again to Friend, comes open side, face ball across to Evans, and Evans is held up short.
Up now, 1 foot on the line. Hold.
So Jake Friend off the bench. Here's a grubber. Cordner will score. Cordner goes in. Does he get downward pressure? Certainly his hands were there first. Was it a legitimate downward pressure? There's your answer. Yes, it was.
And nice variety here from the Roosters.
What's on again?
Yeah, they're having a bit of a push and shove. They go to their pet formation. Usually it's the short pass, but this time Pearce puts his toe to the ball. Cordner comes through, no problem with the put down. Harvey Norman replay, well locked up.
Yeah, I know.
You're dead right. I think he has had a bit of an effect, though, already, Friend, hasn't he? Don't you think? A bit more creative, a bit more snappy. Don't you just love coming here to work, Guff?
Well, Boyd Cordner is the man that has scored the try. He got it absolutely right.
Yeah, all right, mate.
He knew exactly what they were doing. Waited for his half. And made sure that he was onside. Maloney to take the kick. Gus is fooling with his text machine. Somebody's responded to that likelihood of that show. Gus and myself down memory lane. Yep. This is okay. Might have taken a coat of paint, but it's okay. Darren Lockyer, 12-10.
Yeah, 5 minutes ago, you probably thought the Broncos were going to be the next to score, and maybe they'll rue that decision to take the 2. I thought it was the wrong decision, but anyway, the Roosters have bounced back quickly. It's a fast game, and you've got to be on your toes tonight. As you see here, nice work by Cordner to get the ball down, and it was good to see the referee make an on live decision without going to video ref.
Here, here. Well, I've got to say, I thought he was absolutely outstanding in amongst all of last Friday night. Jared Sutton, and then he came on the footy show last night. That was wonderful for him to step up to the footy show. And again, he was strong. 30 metres out, down the middle they come. Roosters in front by 2. Good tackle from Cotley on Cordner. So Friend has put a little... Oh! Tau Ke'aho losing the ball in a tackle there. I think from Parker. In fact, it wasn't. It was Mitchell Dodds.
Well, the speed and the physicality out here is quite extraordinary.
This is Glenn.
They're really at each other on every play. Every tackle's loaded, every run. They're pumped up, ready to go.
Milford.
Whoops.
Maloney just stopped him long enough for Jennings to finish it. Milford a little bit groggy.
Yeah, it looked like he caught one in the head there.
And there's Mitchell Dodds copping a buffeting there in the defence of Tau Ke'aho and Napa. This is Wallace in 14. 19 out from the line. They're right in the middle of the park. Parker takes a carry.
Last tackle, Mitchell.
Down low was Napa. This is the last. Hunt sets himself. And up goes Jennings right up above the pack. Takes the
he's
tap.
nowhere near it. Nowhere near it.
Got to go to the middle.
You've got to come to the middle. Michael.
He's going to go quick, mate. He can't be over there. He's got to be there.
Yes, fair enough.
Yeah, it was. He went nowhere near the centre of the field.
All he was looking at was the post at the other end. He knew he was off. He only had to beat one and he was gone. He can race up, can't get. Look, he's missed it by 2 metres. They actually put a line there so you know where to go to.
Tupou.
Marcus, lock in. Hold. Go. 1.
25 away from their own line now. No look pass. Evans comes out the other side. Look at him go. Lifting the knees. Over the 30. Down to the 20.
Sidestep Kane. Step Kane. Sidestep.
Friend away. Tuivasa-Sheck. Orbison. 5 metres from the line. What an extravagant action he's got. Kane Evans. Tauke Aho. 9 out. Friend. Pearce. Behind Napa. Gone to Maloney. Taken by Hunt. 7 out now. From Cordner. Tuivasa-Sheck and now Napa. Parker low, McCulloch up the top, here's the last. Back for Pearce, he kicks, here comes the jump and it's down. Lost by Brisbane, picked up, restart tackle count. Orbison doesn't know that, I think. In fact, did he start the tackle count again?
Well, they're saying first one against Roosters, changeover. That was an amazing run from Kane Evans. And now, having watched him in the backfield gallop away the way he did, I reckon he could run the 100 metres hurdles and wouldn't have to stop to step over one. Look at the knee action, look at the leg action. Up he goes. He's about 27 feet tall. He could run the hurdles without having to leg over them.
Okay, now we're going.
He's a tall, gangly thing, this one. Have a look at it. He looked like he was running the hurdle.
He played for the Fijian team last year. Yeah.
It might have been when I was calling harness racing at Harold Park of one of those square gators. The trotters.
Save it for our show.
Get him up, son. Get him up higher. Here's Hunt. Breaking the tackle. Sidestepping one of his own. Wallace takes it over halfway. Drops it back as he does. Miranda is collared by Tauke Aho. Wish he'd get a bit deeper in defence and only make every 14th tackle. Now, McCulloch.
See what's there.
Pucker to the 30. You're quite right. It's absolutely frenetic out there.
Just stood there, mate. Just stood there.
Hunt down towards Daniel Tupou, and nobody decides to go up in a contest with him.
Well, the pace of the game changes when Trent Robinson goes to his bench. The three players who come on, Dylan Napa, Kane Evans and Tauke Aho. How was that? Is that all right?
Got it.
They changed the tempo of the game. Those three young tearaway forwards as Jennings drops the ball.
Oh, I thought that was ripped out.
Second man makes contact. Second man makes contact.
That's such a bad rule.
It's not this rule again, is it?
Second bloke hits before he pulls it.
It's such a bad rule.
Back here.
Anyway,
Let's watch this. There's the first tackler. He drops off, does he?
Well, he wasn't in. I thought that's a tough call.
it's a good game.
Hold you boys. Corey.
Behind him, Nene.
Corey, hold. Go.
There's Napa.
Joe, release your
I just took my eyes off the game. I was worried about Mr. Johnsy. Oh, Evans dropped on the ground. He was tangling with Tauke Aho.
I struggle with Smith.
And I thought he was going to... Here is Maloney getting it on to Jennings. And Jennings will take it by Cotley. He loses the ball. Picked up then by Gillett. Taken by Maloney. They're just outside the 20. So here we go again. Back up the ground. Vito. 12-10 the score. And have a look at the timepiece. There's 3 minutes to go in the first half.
See, that makes the game more exciting when you get those turnovers, you know, like that, where a player does have a loose carry and loses the ball like that. That changes the momentum of games. The penalty is such a poor option.
Hunt getting it on to Copley. Steps off his right foot twice. And then he stepped back into Cordner. Here's Hunt down the short side. McCulloch. Just inside 20. Now the last. Oh, it's an awful pass. They've said knock backwards. And that is Dodds in 16. So that's a handover to the Roosters.
It's a bit of a double mistake there, isn't it? The first time the ball was dropped, and then when Mitchell Dodds got hold of it, there was a chance to still get a kick in. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case for Brisbane.
Sharks versus Knights. You'll see that immediately following this game from Brisbane. Sharks at home to the Knights. Unbeaten up to last weekend. Played then by McDonald. Now Friend kicks down towards the sideline and he finds it. Down on the 10-metre line.
Seemed like a bit of a surprise to the Broncos, and it probably was. The kick on the third tackle. I think just trying to guarantee that they get a little bit of air in the lungs, as well as get their defensive pattern set against Brisbane, who will start this attack deep inside their own territory. Each team will probably get one opportunity to attack. The Roosters may be a bit limited.
Tell you what, they're looking like they need a break, don't they? And is it any wonder? Dragons and Bulldogs live on Sunday. We're going back there. Going back to ANZ. It's Sunday afternoon football live. The Big Red V takes on the Bulldogs. Decimated.
Beware of the wounded Bulldog. Really.
Beware of the wounded Bulldog. Parker. Wallace. 45 seconds of the first half to go. They wanted a penalty. Friend was lying in the back of the play the ball. Hunt got it on. Dodges with the ball. Got a couple of tries against the Titans. Played rugby from memory against Jared Waibria-Hargreaves. Now from Miranda. Back it goes through Wallace. On to Parker. Parker away. And it's with Glenn. He's able to shovel it out. It's with Wallace. He puts a kick in, down, and it'll go dead. So that's all she wrote, I would imagine. As the Roosters jog it out through Tuivasa-Sheck. And we're going to watch Tuivasa take the tackle. The Broncos don't bother putting him to ground. It's 12-10 at half-time. The Roosters leading in a fast and furious game of football. In Holden half-time, Cameron Williams, Andrew Johns and Darren Lockyer will take a look at the first half action, including the VB hard-earned highlights. You're watching Friday Night Football right across the Nine, Win and NBN networks. We're back in a moment. What a waste. So the Roosters from left to right, taking a 2-point lead into the second half. And Dodds goes back, and so does his head. Rocking back in the tackle, the force of the tackle. That's Wallace. Played back to McCulloch and then away to Parker. So Brisbane with first use in the second half. And that's Gillett down the middle corridor. As I think Gus said earlier, nothing flash at all about Brisbane. Coming out of their own end, it's very simple stuff. Now they've lost the ball. I think with simple stuff that the chances of mistakes would be rather rare, but this is not the case with Alex Glenn. Apparently down it comes. It looked like he just lost it. He's under the weight of about 4 tacklers. So the scrum going down practically in the middle of the ground.
Hold, boys.
Let's go. Go in.
Hold.
Out.
Go.
So Maloney is met there by Glenn.
Stand up.
Alex, stand up.
Jack Reed.
Hold. Go. One.
Tuivasa-Sheck bobbing up
Andrew, clear it.
at second receiver. And now for Kane Evans again. 32 metres away from the Brisbane line. Playing it back for Jake Friend. Now it's come away for Pearce to go back, and then Maloney, and now for Orbison.
Alex, get up.
Mitchell playing the ball, 20 away from the line. One-handed pick up by Friend. Maloney away to Tauke Aho. He'll play it 10 metres out. 5 tackles gone. We're playing the last. Pearce, decoy, Maloney, Jennings. That went forward. Out to Tupou. Advantage if there is an advantage. But it's a changeover.
Really working for each other in defence, the Broncos. They've conceded 2 tries, but one of those from a deft little kick in behind the line. But wherever the Roosters move the ball, the Broncos are moving in that direction in large numbers.
Copley.
Release his body.
Cordon around the legs. Napa and Tauke Aho up the top. Here's Milford.
Kane, stand up.
We'll play it back to McCulloch. Now for Parker. Drive him down on the point of the right shoulder. So we're going into the 5th tackle now. We're playing 5. And that is Wallace.
Mitch Orbison straight.
So the kick will come from Hunt. And he kicks it from outside the 40. Bouncing down inside the 10. Tuivasa-Sheck. Back to the 20-metre line. Taken by Mitchell Dodds.
When you have a first half like we just witnessed in the first 40 minutes where both teams were really into it, moving fast at each other physically, sometimes you can come out for the second half and only one team gets up for it. It's whoever really gets the advantage early that can go on to win it. Both sides just a little bit slower at the start of this second half. One team needs to press on and take the advantage here.
Cordner. Now for Pearce. His kick is high. Down to Miranda. To the 20-metre line. And 1 tackles 1. Tuivasa-Sheck on Miranda. That's Oates. Massive size for a winger. Jack Reed. So Reed under the tackle of Friend and Cordner. Now for Wallace. 12-10 then. 4.5 minutes second half. Penalty has been given to Brisbane.
That's a quick one. Yeah, mate, you might be, but there's 3 blokes in the tackle.
So Hunt finding the line, putting into row 6 or 7 over there on the eastern side. And the free kick taken ahead, 15 metres out from the line. Played over there by Gillett. It's come through Wallace and gone on to Parker and gone back deep to Milford. He throws a long pass taken by Oates. And Oates will play the ball 15 out from the line. Glenn, Milford again, shows it. Then he puts a dummy on and tries to break between 2 forwards. Held by Evans. So McCulloch, long away then to Hunt. He's well tackled by Cordner. Here's McCulloch. And Maloney hangs on. Now he's going to penalise Evans. He reckons it was after the call of hell. They don't seem to be blowing up, the Roosters.
2 points.
And they're going to take the penalty. So 12-10 Roosters will take a break and come back.
Pitch opposite.
Corey Parker to take the penalty shot. This has been their game plan since kick-off. And again they raise the flags. The 12-all, Wayne Bennett's Brisbane back level with the Roosters.
He's beside himself, Wayne, isn't he?
Yeah.
Gets excited.
He's seeing the humour of it, you mean? The long, skinny fella. Animated. So a Wide World of Sport special tomorrow night. Richie Benaud, A Marvellous Life, tomorrow night at 7, hosted by Carl Stefanovic, with contributions from Mark Taylor, Ian Healy, Michael Clark, Alan Davidson, Michael Slater, Shane Warne from London, Neil Harvey, Dennis Lilly. Prime Ministers, I'm sure. And that will be at 7 tomorrow night. 12 all.
Sit square, Dylan.
Go 2.
30-metre line.
Come off the body.
Go 3.
He liked his footy. Wallace.
Dylan, get off there.
Make it. Hold. Go 4.
Parker.
Play on.
Good ball. King of the offload. And here's Hunt. He's been picked up eventually by Orbison.
Marcus square. Hold. Siwa. Go.
So Glenn a dummy half. Milford. Spiralling bomb, and Tuivasa-Sheck does well again.
What a take.
Alex, let go.
Hold. Go 1.
McDonald.
Off the body.
Hold. Go 2.
Kenny Dow.
Don't work him, Jack.
Hold. Go 3.
Here is Tauke Aho. Upended by Dodds and McCulloch. They're just outside the 30. They've crossed it now. And here
Last tackle, use of foot, Sam.
is Sam Moa.
Go.
Friend over the 20. 15 out. Puts a kick on it. Miranda's there. And does wisely to look for the ground. So off their own line come Brisbane now. At 12 all. 50 minutes of the game gone. Played by Oates.
Come out here. Hold.
Vito. Maguire. Running at corner. Tauke Aho. And Moa.
Go 4.
Now for Corey Parker to go on. Hunt away. It's gone from Gillett. Gone out to Copley. Just outside the 30-metre line. Tackled by Jennings. Here is Hunt. And it goes spiralling down towards McDonald's wing.
And
He's around. Now he's taken and a foot on the line.
well, that's a real bonus for the Broncos. I was just about to say that's the first set of 6 coming out of their own half in the game where they've really failed to get to halfway before they've kicked. They only made 30 metres and they were forced to kick as long as they could. And Nene McDonald has backed himself down the touchline and run into touch. So that's a bonus for the Broncos off the back with what was their worst set of 6 coming out of trouble all game. That'll put a little bit of air in your lungs when someone comes up with a tackle like that. The ebbs and flows of rugby league.
Let's go, Roger. Lock him straight down.
A little bit of inexperience there from Nene McDonald, the youngster.
Interesting to see what the Broncos come up with in this set of 6. Darren Lockie before the match, and Brisbane have been doing a bit of practice during the week about moving to the centre of the field and leaving themselves an option each side when it comes to the set play.
This is Miranda. Play the ball 5 metres into Roosters territory. Thaiday. Tackled by Evans and Maloney. So now with Gillett right in the middle of the park. You can see they're 25 metres away. Maguire gives it back and Hunt gets it away to Glenn. To the short side. Hunt puts a kick in. Stacks on the mill and Kenny Dow comes up with the ball.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of movement on that short side. Hunt elected to try and grab a kick it towards the end goal, but there was bodies in front of him.
It's Tuivasa again. On his own 20-metre line. Tauke Aho. Almost put in a dangerous position. Cordner.
That'll be tackle 5.
Somebody.
Time off. Last tackle, Joe.
Somebody's dropped the towel.
Last tackle. Last one.
Referee just calling timeout for that to be cleared. This kick from inside the 40 going straight down the ground. Miranda going straight to Vito. Outside the 30. And he's taken by Orbison. Defending on that right side with Kenny Dow. Middle of the ground now. Gillett.
Take it here and hold. Go 3.
Here's Hunt. Now back for Milford. He put it back on the inside. Went out to Glenn. We're playing 5 now. Here's Maguire. And Hunt for Friday. And I notice that Garbutt is out there now. Here's Hunt. He puts a grubber kick in. And Tuivasa-Sheck. He just put his body between them and the dead ball line. And prevented Copley any chance of getting hands on it. 20-metre restart. The Roosters, and it's brought away by McDonald to the 30-metre line. Tuivasa-Sheck to the 10. So just the 2 points in the second half. Roosters led 12-10. Corey Parker taking the penalty and adding the 2. Tauke Aho.
He's a goer.
Andrew Johns opting to call him wow rather than Tauke Aho. Orbison.
Big set of 6, 3 lots of 10, 2 of 12 or 15.
So here's Moa. I'm just trying to add all that up, Wally. They must have come close to 60 metres. And here is Maloney. He puts it in. Oh, Miranda lashes out and gets rid of it.
Yeah, he's taking no chances here, Lachlan Miranda. It's a favoured play of the Roosters, particularly with Michael Jennings over on that side of the field. He sweeps in on your blind spot there and can really get you. You see Jennings angles in. Miranda takes no chances, toes it out the back, diffuses the situation. It's a pet play. The young fullback was up for it, but more pressure here for them as the Roosters come in from a repeat set. And this is where they're really dangerous, where they can have 2 or 3 shots at you in a set of 6 from a set play situation. Test it to the right, they take it back to the left, they come back to the middle, they go back to the left. Some sort of variety of that, but they usually throw a fair bit into these sets of 6.
I think that Cody Nikorima has gone out there now. This is Napa. 25 away from the line. Down the middle. Fretton for Orbison. Glenn picks him up with Maguire. Friday a little part in it, little cameo role. Now for Pearce. Short for Tauke Aho. 10 metres out from the line. Tackled by Nikorima. Here's Friend drifting to Moa. Goes to Pearce. Decoy run. Tuivasa-Sheck. Kenny Dow. Taken by Reed. 10 out from the line. So 1 into Tuivasa-Sheck and 2 for Pearce. Maguire around the legs. Quick play the ball by the captain. Now to Maloney. Puts another deft little kick in. And I don't know that Vito took it out there. I think he said he did.
Yeah, he's saying he's got a touch before it's gone dead in goal. Nicely placed by Maloney again. Now Hunt had a chance to do this at the other end of the field. Kicked it dead. forced a 20-metre tap. Vito, he shields that ball over the dead ball line. Hunt had an opportunity to put the Roosters under pressure at the other end of the field and kicked it dead. The Broncos haven't touched the ball since that time. This man Maloney has forced 2 line dropouts.
He was a bit stiff there, Daniel Vito. His front foot was in mid-air, arched over the dead ball line. Dropout taken by Hunt. 45 metres of it. Moa loves it, doesn't he? One or the other takes it up, but he always wants that first carry if he can have it. Napa. 20 out. Pearce. Caught out, ran a nice decoy, and Maloney runs into a hole to score. Well, hasn't he played a part in the last 10 minutes?
They have interesting shape, the Roosters. When they go to the left side, they use James Maloney as like a running fullback, where they come to the right. Tuivasa-Sheck runs his sweep play. But on the left, Mitchell Pearce will go to the line on the Harvey Norman replay, and it just holds Ben Hunt up long enough, which frees up Maloney to get on the outside of Hunt to show and go. And that's a great try from Maloney.
James Maloney will attempt conversion of his own try, and as I said in the commentary, he played a major part. He got line dropouts back to back in the last 5 minutes, and then he ices the whole procedure with the try.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, mate. I think patience has been the real strong feature of the Roosters game in the early part of the second half. Getting back-to-back dropouts is a massive bonus. To get 2 of them, boy oh boy, that is something that you don't bank on too often throughout the course of the game.
Crowd is good. The figure coming through now, as a matter of fact, as Maloney braces to take this kick. About 5 metres in, with very little support behind him. He doesn't need it. Converts his own try. They kick out to a converted try. Darren Lockyer sideline.
Yeah, we've already given him a rap, but that man on screen, James Maloney, just the last 5 minutes, we see the crowd there, 35,630. But that man on screen wasn't very good last week and was pretty quiet in the first 40, but in the last 5 minutes comes up with those 2 crucial plays to get a repeat set. But then also, this try here just comes out of fatigue. Hunt having to defend set after set. Maloney, well done.
Napa, first carry on the new set. Kenny Dow, taken there by Garbutt.
Away we go. Use your foot, Sam.
Go 3. Good.
Kauke Aho, he loses the ball. He's got a little bit of that in him. The first time I've seen him do that.
Go 10 again, mate.
Very good player, but he just comes with a couple of misdemeanors.
Yet another punishing tackle from Sam Thaiday.
Stay there again.
This is Garbutt.
Well, the Broncos. Yes.
Sorry, Gus.
And just saying the Broncos have got to find a little bit of self-belief here. They've persisted with these penalty goals.
Here's Milford. Oh, it's gone to ground. I think he realised he had to give it to a man that was probably in front of him, and then trying to pull it back in. It's gone to ground.
Okay, here's your mark.
Molly, it's no fluke the way the Broncos are getting errors in the tackle.
Bring in, boys.
And you spoke about Sam Thaiday. Here's the inside pass to Milford. Great tackle there from Jake Friend. Yeah, I think the ball went forward, but the Broncos defensive, their technique, the way they do in the modern game, a lot of players go in now and they catch players and they hold them up and they wrestle them, and then 2 and 3 players come in. The Broncos, the first man in, is old school. He's flying in with his shoulder, forcing errors.
Tupou,
Okay, Sam, off in room.
just outside the 20-metre line. Quick hands, Kenny Dow.
broke the tackle there of Milford. Made to play the ball, and Orbison takes it out to the 40-metre line. Thaiday makes a tackle that really had to be made, and here's Moa. And getting the ball away, and they've lost the ball. Put down by Isaac Liu. So the scrum will go down about 40 metres away from the Brisbane line. And here it is, the replay. Did it get some help?
Loose carry.
Loose carry?
Yeah, just trying to say that the Broncos have got to find some confidence from somewhere, a little bit of self-belief, because they've only scored the one try. Hunt was able to dummy his way across. The rest of the time they've opted for penalty goals, but now they find themselves 6 points down. What's up, Rebs?
There was a moth on the window, and I thought it was on our side, so I let go of the punch to kill it, because it could go down our throat, but it was on the outside.
So he punched the glass. Have you got an ice bag there, Gus, we can borrow?
I think I've broken my hand, but don't worry about it.
The moth is still there giggling at you.
Maguire just outside the 30-metre line. Long ball to Milford, short away to Glenn. They close ranks, the Roosters, just outside their own 20-metre line. Miranda to Milford. Milford goes away. Nikorima, then on. McCulloch, it might have gone forward. They said play on. Copley gets it on. Fido is 5 away from the line.
Get up, James!
And 6 again.
Zero tackle call. This is Garbutt. Born in Newcastle. Debuted with Melbourne. Now with Brisbane. Now Maguire behind Thaiday. Hunt dummies, looks, gives it. Miranda. Taken down by Liu and Orbison. 10 out. Thaiday. And Garbutt did well to just bring it in on his hip. We're playing 4. And a dummy, and Nikorima. Nikorima dives over, uncontested.
We'll make sure there's no interference from the man playing the ball, and that he keeps control.
So Jared Sutton says try, but he wants to check the man that played the ball. In other words, did he create an opportunity for the dummy half? He can't go through his legs. What does he do, Garbutt? Cordner's there.
Well, I don't think...
He can't disappear, can he?
He can't disappear. The defence have just taken their eyes off the dummy half. Friends put his head down in between the fella's legs and has got himself in an ordinary position. He may have bobbled it, though. He may have bobbled it. He may have bobbled it.
Let's have a look at that again.
There's just a little bobble here somewhere. There, the arms come away from the ball. Doesn't lose contact with his chest, but his arms let go of it. He's bobbled it. Well, I can't give that.
Well, in checking to see whether the markers were inconvenienced, we've found another misdemeanor. It's come away from the arm carrying the ball.
I think he said to check the grounding also.
Yeah, well,
you can only force the ball with the torso if the ball is on the ground.
Yeah, the ball's come away from his arm, but it may have been knocked away by Jake Friend.
Yep. That's a possibility.
I can't give it.
Okay. No worries. No try.
No try. Won't please the captain. On the bench there tonight, Justin Hodges. No try. Roosters supporters. A rise in chorus. Brisbane try disallowed.
Disappointing there for Cody Nikorima. I watched his brother today in the under-20s. Jaden Nikorima. I don't think it'll be long till both brothers are playing in the NRL. Exciting prospects.
That was the one the Broncos needed, wasn't it?
Okay, down we go.
Yeah, mate, just hold.
They're sort of on the precipice, 6 behind.
Time on. Down.
Tupou running at Alex Glenn. Garbutt and Thaiday. Pearce turns it in for Kenny Dow. Pokes his nose over the 20-metre line. Friend gives the ball on to Wairia Hargreaves, and the first man to greet him is Thaiday low and Garbutt high. Moa runs at Maguire. Garbutt goes low. 40 metres out from their own line, and Friend comes away to Wairia Hargreaves. Garbutt takes him to ground with Maguire, so 3 in a row for young Garbutt. Now Friend to kick in, a challenge from Nicarima. The bounce down to Thaiday, and trying to blindside him was Friend.
And Jared.
Have a look who come over the top.
Jared comes in second.
Jared, easy. 1, tackle 1.
Back here, Sam.
All right, hey. Sam, don't restart. Tackle 1.
Back here, Isaac.
Right, Sam. Walk away. Okay, tackle 1.
Sam Moa.
Jared.
Here we go.
Jared's virtually saying you and anyone standing near you anytime you like.
Yeah.
Hold in.
Hold. No, 1. Hold 10, Joey.
With hindsight, it would have been simpler had they both said, look, why don't we agree both to throw a punch?
Oh, that's good stuff.
Let's get it out of our system. We'll both go to the bin for 10.
Wait.
That's good.
It might have been simpler. This is an argument that's gone all night long by Ria Hargreaves and Sam Thaiday. So the chip over the top from Hunt. Tuivasa-Sheck, he's running urgently. He's going to be pummeled into the ground into touch and goal. Copley and Hunt.
Yeah, it's nice play from Hunt, and that's just virtually saying to the Roosters outside backs, I will kick early. You can't keep rushing up and putting pressure on me. Tupou hung back a little bit that time, and just as well as he did, but Tuivasa-Sheck was awake to it, and the Broncos defenders arrive. This is their chance, the Broncos.
That's a really brave play from a young halfback there. Ben Hunt kicking early in good field position. That's a really courageous play. Great play.
Daniel Vido, he was worth a mention there. He was the man that actually took Tuivasa-Sheck over the touch in goal. Line drop out time. Maloney going over towards the touchline. Oh, Alex Glenn only just saved the day. 30 metres out from the line. Maguire runs at Jake Friend.
Okay, Jake, release the ball.
Nicarima. Thaiday running at Jared Wairia Hargreaves. That's no surprise. Played to Nicarima. On the right side for Hunt to go to Miranda. And Miranda is held 2 metres out from the line. Copley looking around for Hunt, his playmaker. There he is. Shows it. Goes behind a decoy. Nicarima the same. Milford puts the foot on the floor, but they close the garage door. This is the last coming up now. Milford, Nicarima, Hunt, a little kick in. Kenny Dow has got it.
Good defence.
Tuivasa-Sheck.
Very good defence.
6 points the margin in favour of the Roosters. Haven't been beaten here for over a decade. And here's Cordner running hard. And Thaiday makes a conventional tackle. Now Jennings off the back of a quick play the ball. Copley makes the tackle. Now it's come from Isaac Liu, gone to Maloney, and he rakes it over the sideline. We'll take a break. Friday night football back in a moment.
Need to hold on this scrum after it comes apart.
Sorry.
Work to get him there, Joey.
Come together, boys.
Let's go, Roosters.
Stay friendly. Here we go.
Hold, Daniel.
Let's back in, Roger. Come on.
Let's go, boys. Front in, Mitch.
Straight down, Roger.
All the way in, Roger.
Go straight in. Let's go, Cody.
Hold it, boys. Wait for the
Off you go, Ben. Hold.
Well, you come back to us, and is that the fire alarm?
Yeah, the fire alarm. We've got to evacuate, Rabbits.
It's getting hot out there.
You and I stay. Everyone else get out.
Go, one.
Away you go. We'll be right.
Sharks and Knights might be on earlier than you think.
Go, two.
So there's a fire alarm. But we're not going anywhere.
Well, there's a penalty.
Who's in front of you, Wade? Who's in front of you?
It's been given away.
Here we are.
An expensive one, Jared Hargraves, just grabbing hold of one of the Broncos support players.
So Ben Hunt will find the line right on the 30-metre junction.
Jared, all the way, mate.
6-point ball game. There's 11 minutes to go. The Broncos desperate for a converted try. Glenn playing it back to Nikorima. Now for Maguire. Takes it to about 11 metres out from the line. They're right in the centre. Friday ran a decoy. It's gone out to Miranda. They've got numbers. Copley. Just a metre short of the line. Back for Hunt now. And across to Maguire. He's backing up. 5 metres out. We're going into tackle 4. In fact, 4 are gone. We're on to 5. Here's Hunt. Out it goes. Glenn's got a chance. Glenn's over the line. There's the try. That's what they wanted. Alex Glenn, Jared Sutton points to the spot. They've got a conversion to draw level.
And when you see this from the high shot, you'll see Sean Kenny Dow actually comes off his line very early offside. And Hunt realises that. You watch Sean Kenny down, the second last man in. See how he's up very quick? He gets way up in front of his own defenders. And that just provides a little opportunity for Glenn to get back in behind his back. On the Harvey Norman replay, put that down to the halfback, young Benny Hunt.
It was smart play for the Broncos. They got Mitchell Pearce in at marker, and they got Sam Moa defending alongside the centre, where normally Mitchell Pearce would defend. Tried to pants Alex Glenn there. Alex Glenn goes over. That was a great two-play sequence there for the Broncos. They went to a side, got Mitchell Pearce engaged in marker, and then got a mismatch wide of the ruck, a back rower on a tied front rower in Sam Moa.
It was a good play, Joey. They had a couple of options there as well. You could see the defenders, they weren't sure which player was going to be getting the ball. It looked like just a hope in the end. They had a guess, and it turned out to be the wrong one.
Well, it's a massive kick, this one, isn't it? It makes a big, big difference.
10 metres in from the western touchline. It's 22 metres out. Spider Cam's right on top of it. There's the kick. It's okay. It's 18 points all in Friday night football. Darren, sideline.
Yeah, the scoreline reflects tonight's performances from both teams. There's been nothing in it. And we come down to the final 9 minutes. Ben Hunt, is he the man to put the Broncos in front? Or is it going to be James Maloney with a 1-pointer for the Roosters? We're set for an exciting finish, guys.
35,630 is 3,000 up on last year's average. Indicative that the Brisbane Broncos are looking to put 5 wins consecutively together. Friday, Brisbane haven't put 5 together since 2012, and they haven't got there yet. Maguire.
Well, I'm not sure the Broncos or any Wayne Bennett team is really a field goal team, unless he's had a Jamie Soward or a Darren Lockyer at his disposal. Who gets the field goal for the Broncos, Joey?
That's Ben Hunt.
Yeah,
definitely.
Here's the offload man, but even he is hesitant to advertise his wares under this situation. So now they're 8 metres into opposition territory. The try scorer plays the ball. Glenn got up, a
Bit dusty. Milford. Jack Reed. Kenny Dowell. Gone to Hunt. Hunt puts a little kick in. Tuivasa-Sheck. And he brings it back to the 20-metre line.
Corey, keep rolling. Good now. One.
So Daniel Tupou. 32 metres out. Pearce to McDonald. We're playing 3 here. So they're 5 metres their own side of halfway. Maria Hargreaves got an offload to Napa, right in the middle of the ground. Now we're playing 5. Again, it's with Jared. He's 40 metres out. Maloney puts it in the touch. 15 out. Not even that.
Interesting. Obviously wanted to start their defensive structure from a set play. Thought it might have been a better idea to keep the ball in play as far inside the Broncos territory as possible. Brisbane will probably appreciate just having a little bit of a blow. Coach still not nervous.
12 months ago they played. It was in round 3. In fact, it's more than 12 months ago. And the Roosters, they came from behind with 2 converted tries in the last 5 minutes to snatch victory. It's a very fortunate win for the Roosters in that match 12 months ago. A little bit different story tonight. We're 5 minutes out. And it's 18 plays 18. Gillett just outside 30. Great atmosphere, 35,500 at the Premier Football Stadium in Sydney, Rugby League Stadium.
He's been mighty, Sam Friday.
I just wish they had have decided to unload one, really, and both gone away for 10 minutes. So here we come with Hunt. Outside the 40. This will go dead, will it? No, he's going to have to play it. Jack Reed leads the possession. Sam Friday's down there. So is Maguire.
That's a big kick.
That's a great check. What about Friday, though, with the chase and Maguire? The 2 big men leading the chase down there and pinning the fullback.
Bristling up there, Brisbane in defence. They know they've got to try and peg them down here. And that's 3 tackles gone. They're inside the 20, or they were. Now Kenny Dowell. Tackle just inside 30. Now from Friend, it's gone away to Tauke Aho. He'll play the ball on the 40-metre line. We're going now to the last tackle. And it's Pearce who reefs it down the ground. Miranda gets a bounce. Miranda out to the 20 with Vito. So Brisbane set starts 25 away from their own line.
Will they be in a position for a 1-pointer by the 5th tackle? They should be getting down to about the 35-metre mark.
Nikorima, Hunt, that's Dodds. 40-metre line, his own. Milford shows it, decides to have a dig. Tackled on halfway, that's 4. Good run by the dummy half, Nikorima, but they're miles away. He's 42 metres away, Hunt, and he takes a shot. He's looking to see, making sure there wasn't a foul on him. I'm waiting for somebody to try that trick in the not too distant future. Jennings, Pearce, McDonald, Friday, nice and low. Parker up the top, Friend on the run, Kenny Dowell. He's a couple of metres into opposition territory and he's forced back.
That's a great tackle.
4th tackle. So here's 5. Pearce, Tauke Aho. 48 out, last tackle. So they're a mile away as well. Maloney just chips it down into the corner. It's sitting down. Miranda's got a bit of work to do. Held inside 10. We are looking very much like a golden pointer. Vito. After that first half, Is it any wonder that some of them are looking a bit tired? Copley, McCulloch is back. Hunt gets it along. Milford looking, probing, searching, pressing the button. He's gone over halfway. Got the ball away to a support player. I think it's McCulloch. Brisbane appealing for a penalty. Now it's come away to Miranda. Looks to throw long, takes it to ground.
Smart play by Miranda. They're ready for a field goal.
So Hunt is well back. Plenty of time. No, it hasn't got the length. Hasn't got the distance. It's got nothing.
7 tackles too.
Time off, field goal attempt. I'm watching it.
Yep.
90 seconds.
Big play here, 7 tackles.
And they've got to be careful, the Broncos as well, that they don't give away a penalty.
McDonald.
Get up!
I think they had a chance to blow the whistle there in an appeal from Brisbane. But in this situation, it takes a very brave referee to blow a penalty. Play by Napa. Now Hargreaves running at Friday and Parker. Ball goes back to the 40-metre line. Tuivasa throws the ball. Pearce gets it away. It's out to Kenny Dow. He puts his foot down. He goes inside the 40-metre line. So Kenny Dow to play the ball. Third tackle down. They're getting themselves into a position here, the Roosters. That's Tau Kaiaho. He'll play the ball on the 30-metre line. We've had 4. Now they're going to take it. Here it goes from Maloney. It's got the leg. There's got to hit the crossbar.
He's on
Friday night football. Can you believe it? Wairua Hargreaves.
Hang on.
It's come away with Brisbane now. And here's Hunt getting rid of a couple. Loses the ball. Kenny Dow's got the ball. 15 seconds to go.
Got 2 plays left.
Well, surely Wairua Hargreaves was offside when he got that ball.
Now it's for Jennings. He's put to ground.
The last one.
Second tackle. Time is almost up. Kick by Pearce. No, it's never got off the tarmac. Too much fuel on board. And that'll be it. We'll go into extra time. Miranda's got the ball. Knocked down by Cordner. And now he calls time. He calls 80. But don't go away, we've got some more.
Oh, what the hell was that? What the hell was that?
On Jones Maloney's field goal, does Miranda jump up and get a hand of the ball before it hits the crossbar?
I don't think so. It
Just have it. He jumps and leaps, and does he get it?
The last one. Yeah.
No.
Does he get a hand to it?
No, but Wairua Hargreaves has got to be in front of him shortly. I don't think he does.
I think he did.
But Wairua Hargreaves is 20 metres in front of the bloke.
Yeah.
Oh, they're good shots. Look at that. Have a look.
I've seen a few of
Yeah,
you.
Wally.
Joey used to do that when you were kicking for goal. Put the head like that, trying to twist it over the bar.
No doubt about it.
Won't go
He's
over.
touched it.
He's
he
almost
touched that?
made it a goal.
What happens there if he hits and goes over? It's a goal.
If it's touched in flight, it's still a goal.
Yeah. Still
But
a goal.
he almost promoted a goal.
In the old days, it wasn't if you touched it during the flight.
Exactly right. But Lachlan Miranda doesn't know how close he's gone to promoting the ball to a goal.
Tipping it over the bar.
Yeah, it's called tip-on.
What a finish.
This is crazy, this Friday night stuff. We should be getting more to do this.
That fire alarm's still going, by the way. We're supposed to be out of here.
I think there's more danger here than there is down with the fire, to be honest with you.
Well, the players will be out there talking. The captains will be issuing the instructions. What's going to take place? Of course, we've got a very important toss coming up here. This is where a lot of players disagree.
Sorry, kicking that way.
Staying here, Joe.
Yeah, the kicking. Yeah, Broncos are staying where they are. Roosters kicking off.
Okay.
Right, mate.
Good, Shane. Yep.
So 18 all. And the value of taking the 2 points is coming back to almost prove that Wayne Bennett was right, I suppose, if you look at it from one way. 3 tries to 2, but all those penalty goals sees them level. at the end of regular time at 18 all. What was the penalty count at the end of 80? Do we know?
9-5.
9-5 in favour of Brisbane. We had an interested viewer asking us for the penalty count. 9-5 in favour of Brisbane.
What's the advantage here, Gus?
Anything that was kickable, they took the 2.
Gus, advantage Golden Point, kicking off or receiving?
Well, they say the advantage is receiving first, because if it takes a minute for a set of 6, you'll get 3 sets of 6 in the first 5-minute span. And the majority of these are decided in the first 5 minutes. But the key here is that Broncos have got to get out, get a good kick on this, pin the Roosters down the other end and get the ball back in better position next time.
I'm a bit of a fan of kicking off in Golden Point time. The referees don't like blowing too many penalties. It always gives you a bit of an opportunity to tackle, hold them down a little bit longer.
Last time these two teams played in Golden Point football, not against each other, both matches finished in a draw. So we are into overtime, and we might need all of the time if that becomes an omen for the result here. Corey Parker, 27 out from his own line. What a night. The first half, I don't think I've seen a faster game of football. It was over in the blink of an eye. And Milford.
No, he's going to wait for the video referee to have a look.
And then we've had that attempted drop goal. I thought it hit the crossbar, but Eagle Eye Johns, he spotted that Miranda actually got a tip on it. He would have been popular at training on Tuesday, wouldn't he, Lachlan?
He tipped it over
It's an own goal.
Use your foot, Anthony.
Very interesting.
Hold. Go, 4.
30 metres away from their own line. This is the 5th tackle, so they haven't done all that brilliantly from the break. This will be long.
That's okay, that's fine.
Referees watching the play on the kicker very closely. Tuivasa-Sheck played a big role in the first try of the night. It was a ripper of a try. That's McDonald. In fact, it was Tupou. Now they're in the middle of the park. 40-metre line, he got it away. Maloney had it, he kicked it, or accidentally kicked it back to Tuivasa-Sheck. So the 4th tackle is gone for the Roosters. They sort of chewed one up, didn't they? Now here's Napa.
Still in range.
So they're 31 metres out. And Pearce is waiting. Here goes Mitchell. Gets a kick in, but no. He can't get the elevation on it. Miranda will get it back to the 10.
He's 10.
Well, Broncos players are walking in the backfield. Their forwards can't get back. They're exhausted. It's going to have to be to these outside backs to get in and run the ball and try and make some territory.
1, 2, 3, 4 of them still, you wouldn't call onside.
What a performance by Sammy Thaiday.
30 metres out. Here's Jet Reed.
That's a good chase.
Banged into the ground by Warrior Hargreaves.
He was offside, Warrior Hargreaves.
Parker, Hunt, there's an overlap on the right. Here's Copland. Now Hunt goes to the short side. He puts it out on the full. Changeover. What a wonderful place to get the ball back. 38 out from their own line, the Roosters.
Stay square. Use your foot, James.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Cordner.
2 minutes.
Short, release the body.
Warrior Hargreaves. 3 metres into Broncos area. Napa. This is Lou. And he's going to take it to ground. 37 out. That's 3. So they're going to be really close this time. Chulvasachek almost went through. Dodds in 16 made the tackle. Here's the attempt. No, yes, he got a kick in, but no. It only rose about a metre off the ground and goes dead. So Brisbane.
Is this?
Well, the Broncos will get 7 tackles here.
Yeah, I didn't think that they showed any patience there at all. They had another tackle up their sleeve.
Wait for the whistle. Time is off.
So we go back to the 20 for a restart. Officials were not in position. And Maguire makes about 3 metres. It's not enough when the situation is as it is, but it is a 7-tackle set. Vito, we talked about the size of the wingers. It's a good time for them both to get involved. Some of the forwards are absolutely out on their feet. Parker, look at him.
Great run from Parker, 40 metres.
Down to the halfway. On the second. Now for Thaiday. This is Glenn. They're 38 out on the third. Keep in mind it's a 7-tackle set. Hunt turns it to Gillett. Back to Hunt. He needs a long pass. No, he got through. Hunt's on his way. Chulvas in a beat. A big dummy. He's over. The number 7. He gets his second try and wins the game for Brisbane. A golden try to Ben Hunt.
Well, that's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The little fella just a moment ago darted down the short side on last play and had a bit of a missed kick there to touch on the full. And he shook his head wondering whether or not he'd cost his team the game. He gets it here. Big dummy, pulls through Maloney into the backfield. Gillett moves up, he dummies again, brushes past Pearce, puts it under the post, kicks it into the grandstand and says, "Go home, you little beauty."
Go, you good thing, he said. The Roosters, many of them just went down where they were standing, exhausted after a thrilling match. So taxing was it on the stamina. When Hunt broke the final tackle, that of Mitchell Pearce, collectively, I reckon a half a dozen of the Roosters went to ground understandingly. They were exhausted. Wonderful, wonderful game to watch in front of a crowd that did the game justice. Lockie's out on the park. Yes, Darren.
Yeah, here with the man of the moment, Benny Hunt. What were you thinking, mate? Oh, not too sure. Just wanted Gillo to punch one in there and go for the field goal, but probably a good thing it wasn't hitting the field goals too good. It's a great win tonight. I mean, at 18-12 down, do you think you could come back? Yeah, mate, it was a great win. Big credit to our forwards tonight. I thought they were outstanding. And I think Roosters really came out and tried to dominate us, and our forwards just stood up, and that's what won it for us. Well done, mate. Go and enjoy it. Cheers, mate.
And not the least of the players he was referring to, I'm sure, would be a bloke called Samuel Thaiday. Don't go away. We're coming back with the VB hard-earned man of the match, and then we'll show you the Sharks up against the Knights down at Cronulla.